I know tonight had an incredible special vibe, so it was my favorite time. And the main thing is, honestly, it's not the club, it's the people, right? And tonight was incredible, amazing vibe, amazing people, young people, old fans, girls, boys, everything in between, really cool. And then sometimes things just suck. This is why Valencia has such a strong electronic music scene now, because it's been here since the 80s. But we've got to respect the past and bring the best of the past into the future, but also accept what the present and the future gives us. People need to close their eyes and listen.
Hi everyone, welcome to another Safe Trip episode. Today we have with us one of the heavyweights in the game, the one and the only, the legend, Richie Hawtin.
Hi, how you doing?
How are you, brother?
We're just on the way to the airport, and we're running late because my flight is taking off in about an hour. And I was not prepared for this interview. And normally I'm not sure I would do this, but you have a good vibe, so we're going to do it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
Don't look at me. Just talk to me and drive.
Okay.
I like interviews, but I also like like safe driving.
No worries. You are in safe trip, and it's gonna be a safe drive. So first of all, I want to say thanks to you because to join us in this little trip to the airport. I know we don't have too much time to talk, but I know you have so many followers and fans in Spain, especially in Valencia, and I know they are gonna appreciate to have this time with you. So first of all, how was the night in Spook?
The night was amazing. I've played in Valencia for many years, and for a long time at Baraka, which was very supporting me so much in my earlier career. And the last couple of years, though, I've been coming to Spook and feeling more and more part of the family there. And the main thing is, honestly, it's not the club, it's the people, right? So, and like you said, the people of Spain and the people of Valencia have supported me for generations. So, and tonight was incredible, amazing vibe, amazing people, young people, old fans, girls, boys, everything in between, really cool, really nice.
Nice, even better than the first time you came to Spook?
Yeah, I actually think this is my third or fourth time, because I came, I think the first time for a New Year's Eve many years ago. Every time has been good, but I know tonight had an incredible special vibe, so it was my favorite time.
Nice. So how it feels to be playing in a 40 years old club?
Well, that the 40-year-olds club is pretty young, because I'm older than the club still.
I mean, with all this history, because Spook and Baraka, as you say, they are two of the most legendary clubs in the clubbing history.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think playing at an old club is very special because the architecture of the club and how they designed clubs many years ago in their kind of the early first phase of clubbing, disco and the 70s and the 80s, they have a special vibe. They have a special charm. Those type of clubs, like tonight I'm playing in Amnesia in Ibiza, and it's also a very special club. So when you have the old architecture and then the owners still continue to bring up the club and bring in new sound systems and develop and modernize, so it's past, present, and future. Right. You get an incredible vibe.
Right. I feel
actually, because honestly, many people out there may think, okay, the new clubs are the best because they have the most high-tech sound system, the most high-tech lights. But sometimes things get too high-tech. You can have all the coolest lights and the best sound system in the world, but it doesn't have a vibe. Right. And the people aren't right, and the DJ and the performer doesn't feel something, then it doesn't matter how much money you spend on the club or what lights and sound you have, it may not be good.
Yeah, that makes sense, because in Spook they revealed it 2 years ago, and it's exactly what you said. You have the past, present, and future, and I think That's the best thing. And you know, Spook and Barraca, they were part of this electronic movement in Valencia called La
Yeah.
Ruta del Bacalao. You
Yeah,
heard about
yeah.
that, right?
This is why I think Valencia has, or not what I think. This is why Valencia has such a strong electronic music scene now, because it's been here since the '80s. There's always been a support for music made with electronics and alternative, and you can feel it. It's part of the city. It's like Berlin has always been part of counterculture, and that's why it's a special place. Detroit. So you can feel that when you come back, and that's why it's important to support these type of clubs, keep them open, keep them going, and when you bring, someone like me who comes, it's as important for me to look out and see people with minus tattoos, and then young people. Like, there were some people right in front of me, and I could imagine it was their first time ever watching me, and they were so like into it. And I know I have my own certain style, and when you see the people reacting, and you can nearly feel like I never heard something like this before. Like, that's why I do this. It's a great vibe.
Right. And so you mentioned the techno movement from Berlin too. For example, do you think in the current situation that we have now with electronic music, we can have another original and authentic music movements like this, like the Ruta or techno in Berlin?
Yeah.
Or do you think people is more about social media?
Well, I think it's so many things. I don't think we're going to relive exactly what happened in the '80s in Valencia or the '90s in Berlin and Detroit and London and Amsterdam. And the original first wave of techno music was so special because it was really a counterculture. Nobody had heard the sounds before, and it was just very, very alternative. Now, there is an alternative and underground movement, but also electronic music, techno house music is massive. You have people and artists playing maybe more commercial than I do, but it's still kind of a hybrid of house and techno, and they've got 40, 50,000 people in front of them. So I think I think the movement is always special to my heart, and there's always kind of a alternative section. There's always a underground, but whether it will be ever like it was in those beginning days, I don't think it can be, because it's now has 30 or 40 years of history. It's not new music anymore. Of course, there's new techno music coming out, and there's new artists, incredible things, but it's not new. And I think as long as you accept that, like as long as I accept it and other people accept it, there's still within that framework incredible things we can do together, incredible parties, incredible music. But we've got to respect the past and bring the best of the past into the future, but also accept what the present and the future gives us.
Is given to us, right? So you don't think that there is no way to keep the balance between the new situation with the social media and, for example, the underground culture?
No, I think that you can do a balance. It's like I'm trying to do a balance. Other artists are trying to do the balance to you, because I guess when you're talking about social media, like the rise of the social media influencer DJ is like kind of shit. It's like you have people up there who have no idea what they're doing, and only there because of X amount of followers. But that is part of our culture and our scene now. That is maybe a gateway for people to come in and hear electronic music for the first time, following an influencer, following a celebrity DJ. And hopefully that brings them into DJ culture and maybe into the deeper sounds of electronic music.
Right.
Maybe not. But honestly, in the '90s, there wasn't social media, but there was a commercial side. There was, music there was the trance movement from the UK. There was melodic things. So there's always different levels and different vibes and different sounds. Some are bigger, some are smaller, but it doesn't actually make them better or worse. It's just different. And we all choose our own place. And you know, I've chosen my place, which is between, you know, kind of minimal techno with sometimes some houseier vibes, sometimes with some harder vibes. And I just, at the end, dance to the music that makes you want to dance and play the music that makes you, you know, want to dance, or play the music that you feel. And if the DJs are doing that and the people on the dance floor are doing that, then something special is bound to happen.
That's a good way to say it, for sure. And we
but like, I think generally, that's, you know, I think the general comment I would say about social media is just, that's just the world we live in now. People need to close their eyes and listen to the people around, talk to the people around them, listen to the music around, and don't just be, you know, so fascinated only by the visual medium, and take time. Like, not everything needs to be rapid fire. Not every track needs to have a breakdown. Not everything needs to change in what you're watching and listening to every 3 seconds. Some of the best things take time. And that's probably the kind of style that, and sounds and movies and art that I like, things that take time for me to appreciate, or actually get better with time.
Yeah, that's probably the part of the social media that everyone now wants everything immediately. So
yeah, everyone's addicted. You know, like,
so
you know,
they
at the end, everyone's addicted to an algorithm that people are programming to make people addicted.
Yeah.
So try to walk away and turn off sometimes. I don't expect people to like leave social media.
Yeah.
I don't expect people, you know, influencer DJs to disappear. It's part of it. But like, look deeper, you know, and go beyond what the algorithm and what companies are trying to tell you you want or you should listen to or look at.
Okay. And, you know, during the last decades, we have been passing through different music waves and styles. And how you have been doing to keep being relevant in all these years of your career?
Yeah, it's very hard to stay relevant, I think.
Yeah.
Except just go by what you believe in and what you feel and what you like, and ride the waves also. Like, I don't think you can actually always be relevant. Like, think about your normal life, like whether it's school or your job or just how you're feeling. Sometimes things are just like, it's like you're surfing. Everything is like amazing. And then sometimes things just suck.
Yeah.
You're sick, you know, you have a bad relationship, your job sucks, you're doing, I don't know. And then some moments it comes back into phase and it's like, yeah, okay, I got it. And that's life. And that's also, my life is DJing, producing, you know, this whole culture is my life since I was like 17. So I ride the wave. I try to create the wave, or I find a wave that I like, and you go with that flow, because in the end, music and DJing is about a flow. It's about losing yourself in there, and the less you think about it, the better it usually is.
I'm agree. Yeah, good answer, man. So we are almost in the airport. We had just a little bit of time. So I would like you to share with us. You had a lot of AKs, nicknames, producing music, but I really like a special one, Plastikman. Could you tell us about the story behind this name?
Yeah, it's a long story, but let's just say that the Plastikman name came out of a very special moment in Detroit with a very close-knit group of friends. A lot of us were doing parties together. We were experimenting in DJing and music and psychedelics, lots of different things. And it was a very special moment where that sound was born in my studio, the idea of Plastikman, of something that is fluid and malleable and, you know, like if you know what plasticine is, something that you can kind of mold, you know. And Plastikman is part of Richie Hawtin. It's always there. Sometimes it's more Plastikman or it's less Richie Hawtin. But I think maybe the best way to describe it these days is like when I'm in the studio by myself, which I love to be. I don't have any windows in my studio. It's dark. And when I really feel connected to myself in the studio, it usually sounds like Plastikman. And when I'm out in this situation or at the club, you know, it's a different part of my brain that I use. And that is more this kind of Hawtin vibe and Hawtin energy. So on both sides, you get a bit of both, but sometimes it's a bit more Hawtin and sometimes it's a bit more Plastikman. Now I'm going into the airport and it's definitely more Hawtin. You know, I don't like to be in airports when I'm feeling like Plastikman. I want to be in a dark club. I want to be in a studio, or I want to be, you know, out with a bunch of my friends that are, you know, dancing to cool music to a great DJ.
I got it. I understand, man. Okay, brother. So we are here. Just a quick advice to all these people that is trying to be a professional artist, professional DJ.
Yeah, there's so much competition. And of course, you're going to want to get noticed and you're going to want to maybe play the game with social media. That is part of it. You need to be different and you need to be true to yourself. So you got to look inside and say, okay, what records do I like? You know, how do I want to perform? And, you know, so I don't know which way that will take you. Like some people feel like they need to put a mask on. Some people do different things. If that's true to yourself, do it and forge your own path.
Okay, brother.
Okay.
Thank you so much for
Thank
this. I don't want you to lose your plane, but this little interview, it means a lot for me, and I'm pretty sure that it's gonna mean a lot for so many people here in Valencia and in Spain. So
yeah, no.
One
of the reasons I don't always do these things, but I have a lot of love and a huge respect to all the Spanish fans over the years, the promoters, you know, the club owners, like people picked me up at the airport, driven me around, gone to dinner with, like just been so much, such a big part of my career over the years. So
thank you so much.
Thank you everybody.
Thank you so much.
Cool.
Okay, so you know, if you like this video, give me some likes, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Okay, ciao.